What's up, nerds? My name is Brian, and it's time to check out the new DianSheng 3x3M. Let's get into it. I got this package from thecubicle.com as soon as I heard DianSheng had come out with a new series of puzzles. Their last 3x3 left a bit to be desired, but I'm hopeful this one will be more promising. This cube costs $8 and is manufactured in only frosted, stickerless plastic. It weighs 68 grams and is 55.5 millimeters. The unboxing experience is pretty standard. You get the cube, an accessories pack that contains an instruction pamphlet, a screwdriver, and a stand that looks shockingly similar to the Meilong one. During first turns, I noticed that this cube had a very sandy and scratchy feel. The tensions were quite loose out of the box, and I was getting a moderate amount of lockups. The cube just didn't feel stable. I can't pinpoint why, but I was having a hard time slicing the middle layers of this cube. The magnets have a moderate strength and complement the overall feel of the cube pretty well. It was instantly obvious, though, that this was not going to be the new king of budget cubes. Here's some footage of the cube attempting to corner cut. I was a bit disappointed with the performance out of the box, but after a thorough setup, it did perform on par, although a little bit worse with other 3x3 budget cubes. I was needing to apply what I think is an excessive amount of force to cut half a cubie in both standard and reverse corner cutting. Now, let's look at the shades. I think the red and orange and the green and blue contrast quite well on this puzzle. The plastic did have a few imperfections that you can see on the right of the white side. This is also a good view to take a look at the center cap design. Notice that it recesses inside a typical piece that attaches to the core. It is annoyingly difficult to remove, and I was unable to do so without tools. The tensioning system of this puzzle is just a classic spring and screw. The internals do feature a honeycomb pattern on both the edges and the corners. This is the most detailed design I've seen on a budget cube, and the jury is still out on just how important this feature really is though. Here is the corner. During this entire unboxing experience, I was feeling a little bit of deja vu. This packaging looks strikingly similar to another cube I just unboxed, the Meilong 3M. The artwork appears to be a direct copy on some sides of the box, and DianSheng clearly doesn't have any shame in piggybacking on the success of the Meilong 3M. Remember the cube stand? Well, the accessories box looks pretty similar too, so does a screwdriver. Here are the contents of both boxes side by side. Yep, that's a knockoff. Okay, so this cube hasn't blown me out of the water yet. Let's see how good I can make it with some Lubicle Black in the core, Angstrom Dignitas on the tracks, Gravitas on the pieces, and a few drops of DianM37. First, I disassembled the cube and tried to apply Lubicle Black. This is a lube specifically designed for cubing hardware, so I wanted to make sure it made contact with the screw and spring. Because the washers fixed to the screw are obnoxiously large on this puzzle, I was unable to get the tip of the syringe beneath the washer to apply the lube. In fact, it squished the tip when I tried to force it under the washer. I could feel the pressure building in the syringe, and I didn't want to have a blowout and ruin all my clothes, so I decided to loosen the screws. This lube should be applied beneath each of the center caps and also beneath each of the screw and washers to work properly. Lubicle Black will stain anything it comes in contact with, but a pair of rubber gloves does come with the purchase. Now, it's time to reassemble the cube. I changed gloves at this point to minimize the amount of lube that got on the exterior of the cube, but that really wasn't 100% necessary. Angstrom Dignitas. This lube is the star of the Angstrom show for me. I really enjoy the tactile feeling this cube adds to a puzzle, and you definitely end up with a cube that is very smooth while also having a lot of cushion while turning. Dignitas is the faster of the two Angstrom lubes, and I prefer to put it on the tracks of one edge and a single corner. I was a bit light on the application today, but this cube wasn't extremely fast out of the box, and I didn't want it to end up too gummy. If you get the chance to try Angstrom lubes, definitely do it. They're my favorite of all the Cubicle Premium lubes. Next up, Angstrom Gravitas. This is a very thick lube, and many people like to use it on the core because of its high viscosity, but I have definitely over-applied Gravitas to the core before. Today, I'm going to add just a tiny bit on the pieces to provide an extra level of control. If you add too much of this lube to either the core or the pieces, you'll end up with a cube that feels like it has peanut butter inside of it. Finally, I'll add a few drops of DNM 37 to turn the speed up to 11. Let's clean off the cube and remove the gloves. No lube on the hands. Success. Okay, let's do some commentary and final thoughts now that I've had a chance to do a bunch of solves on this cube. Even after a thorough setup, this cube is not going to beat out the extremely popular RS3M 2020, but I can say it's competitive with the new factory magnetized Yushin Little Magic, GEMS, and YJ Yulong V2M. The new DianSheng 3x3M just sort of fades to the middle of the pack though. It's good, just not great. If you're like me, and you enjoy tinkering with your hardware, then this cube can be a lot of fun. I find it extremely satisfying to take budget cubes and turn them into stellar performers. I haven't quite done that here, and I definitely have nicer puzzles in my arsenal. If you enjoy setup and have $8 burning a hole in your pocket though, give this cube a try. If you don't enjoy setup and just want something great right out of the box, this cube is not for you. Lubicle Black has really helped this cube. It now turns with much more ease, and the Angstrom Lubes have provided that classic grippy and cushiony feel that I love. I'm not going to be maining this cube, but I will pick it up occasionally for some solves. It's been fun to check out, and I'm not ready to completely write it off yet. With so many other great 3x3s below $10, this cube has a few too many blemishes to stand out though. In conclusion, this cube has a moderate magnet strength, is rather light, turns and corner cuts just okay out of the box, but can be made into a pretty good 3x3 with some setup. If you're interested in trying out this cube, here are some discount codes for some of my favorite U-Cubers that you can use at thecubicle.com. Until next time, stay nerdy my friends. See you soon for more hardware reviews. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, or subscribe to help my new channel grow.